Hey everyone, welcome back to the JM Baseball channel. Today's video is brought to you by MLB 9 Innings, and we are doing another all-time draft today. We are doing the all-time homer draft. It's me, Jake, and Shelfy, the same crew from last week. Jake dominated last week, so hopefully we can put up a better fight this week. But if you didn't tune in last week and need to know the rules, they're pretty simple. We're drafting a full lineup of hitters from any point in Major League Baseball history, and if you've watched the other drafts, you might have noticed that we had to pick specific years of that player's career, and that would be the amount of home runs we would get from that player. The thing is, it's different in this all-time draft. We're just drafting a team that the player played for. So if I pick Pete Alonso on the Mets, I would get all the home runs he's hit as a Met in his career. And then after I took that Mets player, no other player in the draft would be able to take a Mets player. So once you take a player from a certain team, that team is wiped out off the board. The player with the most home runs at the end of their starting 9 will win the draft. If you guys enjoyed today's video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the JM Baseball channel. We'd really appreciate it. Let's go. Jake, you have the first pick.
This comes down to guys that stayed with one team, because I'm thinking of a lot of great players that did bop and bop. This guy, ironically, did play for 2 teams, but he didn't bop till he bopped. I'm taking Babe Ruth.
Oh,
Which team are you taking him for?
I'm going to take him with the Yankees.
jerk.
Babe Ruth with the New York Yankees hit 659 home runs. That is the second most by any player on a single team.
On a single team.
The Yankees are gone. The person I wanted to pick spent more years with a second team than I think I was thinking on the top of my head. I am going to take... There are people who had more homers in their career, but I know for a fact this person hit 500 plus for one team. So I'm going to take Mike Schmidt with the Philadelphia Phillies.
From a mile away. We saw it coming.
Mike Schmidt
From a mile.
hit all 548 of his home runs with the Phillies. That is the 5th most
Wow.
on a player.
Had a
on
nice
team.
position, too.
Most by a third baseman.
Is it too early to go after, like,
Darryl Strawberry.
positions? Scarcity?
That's up to you.
I don't know.
That's your draft strategy.
So my
baby.
thing is that I always fuck up my first pick.
From what I've seen, this is just being honest.
Sure.
Early on, it's getting the biggest numbers you can.
Right.
Like we've seen in previous homer drafts. If you get the 73 from whoever
Barry
hit
Bonds,
that many
yeah.
homers.
Well, I'm thinking Bonds, but he played for 2
He
teams.
split, but
Like, Barry Bonds Giants has to be a massive number.
Maybe.
Right? It has to be a massive
Maybe.
he was on the draft.
He was a pirate. That boy was a pirate.
Just give me Barry Bonds Giants. It might not be the best, but I'll just take it.
So Barry Bonds hit 586 home runs as a Giant. That isn't the most by any Giant because Willie Mays hit 646.
His godfather.
Here's a thought. I'm trying to think of one-teamers. Oh, wait, no, we didn't pick a Brave. I freaked out for a second. Jesus. And I kind of want to play defense and maybe take away Hank Aaron from somebody else
Oh.
and get my third baseman.
What team are you taking him on?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Change my mind.
All right. I respect
Close
it.
call.
I respect it.
Sammy Sosa, Cubs.
Nice.
Sammy
Nice.
Sosa.
That's a good pull
Cubs.
right there, sir.
So Sammy Sosa hit 545 home runs on the Cubs.
That's the most.
The most, however, Ernie Banks was a shortstop with 512. Probably would have been better with the
Defense,
positional
Lucas.
scarcity.
It's called defense. Ever heard of it? 2 5s. We clap.
Fair.
We clap.
Fair. I'll give you.
We clap.
Great job, Charlie.
All right. Is it me?
It
You
is
can't pick Mike Schmidt again.
That's fine. I'm not going to because I'm going to go right down the highway to Baltimore, and I'm going to take Cal Ripken.
Thought about it.
Good pick.
Baltimore.
Cal Ripken Jr. had 431 homers. That's going to be the most you can get from a shortstop now that Ernie Banks is off the board.
Good job.
I feel good about Jake's pick right
Holy cow.
Shelfy?
You do, really.
Oh, you know
here. I
what
feel really
realized?
good about it.
Shelfy's never lost a draft. You're undefeated in
Whoa,
drafts.
don't do that mid-draft.
Shelfy is
now.
undefeated in drafts.
Don't do that
And I lose a lot.
mid-draft.
And Jake wins a decent amount.
All right, I'm sitting here in last place right now. Hold on.
Pressure.
No pressure.
I'm gonna try to bang. So some of the old birds, I don't necessarily know where they play, but I know they hit a ton of position or they hit a ton of homers. I am gonna go with how do you like that?
Every time we do this, I spend the entire 5 first rounds just screaming at you guys in my head.
Right.
It's different when the camera's there. All right, you're safe from the camera.
I've been losing it.
I mean, I think I do have to take. Yeah, I'll take Hank Aaron, the Braves.
So that's the guy I've been screaming at you guys in my head. He hit 733 home runs as a Brave, the most by any player on any team.
It's a good pick. I was gonna play defense.
When
I'm gonna be honest. When you mentioned him, I think I just blanked. I
in
think
one ear and out the other.
it did. I think I crossed him off my board
Jake
mentally.
Doesn't have
So
this. He
for
doesn't-
Jolly to mention Hank Aaron, saying he's playing defense, and then proceed to leave Hank Aaron on the board
Yeah.
and
I
get
would-
another outfielder
Can I-
with
can I say
200 less
something?
home
They're
runs.
yelling
say
at me on
something?
TikTok.
Can I say something?
It's totally mine.
Can I,
I
say
deserve
something?
it.
Can I just say something? I would never draft a Brave. I would never.
I'll also say shortstop numbers get pretty interesting pretty quick. That
Yeah.
the gap between Cal's 431.
That was my thought.
And if I end up with some guy that has 74, that's going to get interesting.
I think
That's my thought.
I'm in a firm last place right now.
This is where I'm not for the kids. I'm for the grand folks. Harmon Killebrew,
nice.
Yeah.
That's a good
with the Twins.
So Harmon Killebrew is the best guy still on the board. He hit
Wow.
559 homers
Good
for
round,
the
Jake.
Twinsies.
pick. He's first base.
So
Third
he played a
base.
bit of a few positions. We're gonna go with the. Let me pull up the.
I assumed first base.
So first base, he played 969 games. Third base, he played 791 games.
Ooh.
I would give him eligibility at third
would
with
too.
that number. He also played 470 in the
I think if I
outfield,
picked
but-
him, I would have wanted him at third. So I will.
I think I'm going to
cool
go
with that.
third,
Yeah.
right?
So-
you just have to assume.
You
Mike
named
Schmidt
two.
is no longer the most you could have gotten for a third baseman. It was Harmon Killebrew.
Well, we're just changing positions now. I'm divided on what I want to do here. The Hank Aaron thing just boggled my brain. I'm going to take Mike Piazza with the Mets.
Okay.
Mike
He scared me a little
Piazza with
He's played
the
with two
Mets.
teams.
He had 220 home runs
I think
for
that's
the New
probably
York
good
Mets.
for a catcher, right?
Yeah,
As teams start to get eliminated.
that's what I was saying. His teams start to disappear.
Yeah.
Lucas, when you tell me that I mess up in this, it makes me feel big hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the
thought
big
about
hurt on the White Sox.
Frank Thomas has the most homers by
By the big.
any White Sox ever. You putting him at first or DH?
Can I put him at first? Am I allowed?
Yeah. He played.
He
played.
DH'd a lot.
He played a good amount of first
Okay.
base as well. He played 971 games at first,
Counts.
1,300 at DH. It's again a little bit
Yeah.
less than half. I think.
And the number?
The number is 448 home runs.
That's a good number.
I thought it would be a 5.
Solid.
A quick interruption on today's draft video to thank today's sponsor, which is MLB 9 Innings, the addicting mobile baseball game from MLB themselves. It has a wide variety of game modes from league mode to live PvP and over 2,000 different cards to select from to build your dream lineup. You can pick from active players or historical players like Mariano Rivera, Joe Morgan, Bob Gibson. The list gets pretty much endless there. They have the most up-to-date rosters, team logos, ballparks, uniforms, and more. It's all happening on the MLB 9 Innings app. So download the app right now with the link in the description and start your new baseball addiction today with the palm of your hand. That's MLB 9 Innings. Click the link in the description to download it today, and thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the draft.
I'm going to rip this one for the fans.
Rip it, baby.
This isn't the best pick.
Good pick.
It's going to make you smile. It's going to make me smile. Give me Carlos Delgado on the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Carlos Delgado on the Blue Jays. I am a big Carlos
Give me
Delgado
a 4.
stan.
Give me a 4.
He only hit 336 homers.
Not
which is
good.
Tough to get for your DH.
But he's on my squad. He's on my fucking
On your
squad,
squad.
baby. Let's go.
He also does have the most of any Blue Jay. So you got the right Blue Jay.
You guys mad about that?
No. I like it. I like Carlos Delgado.
I couldn't care less.
Shelf?
Where are you going, Shell?
David Ortiz, Boston Red Sox.
Okay.
That would have been a better pick.
I thought that happened.
that would have been, admittedly, that would have been a better pick.
So David Ortiz, let me pull him up. David Ortiz hit 483 home runs.
It's a little bit more than mine.
for the Boston Red Sox. Not the most by a Red Sox. That belongs to Ted Williams.
But what about the war?
I think I've got a guy. I think this guy was an outfielder. He could have been a first baseman. Again, I'm digging into my old pockets.
I know.
But this is when guys played for a team for a long time. Stan the Man Musial.
I thought about
You
him.
bet your ass
Redbirds?
Stan the Man Musial played for a long time. So he played 1,900 games in the outfield,
Should've just went with my
1,000
gut.
games
I
at
keep
first
forgetting
base.
Should have just went with my gut.
I think I'm going outfield.
Okay, well, you will be getting 475 home runs for your outfield, the most by a Cardinal.
I need a goose egg somewhere.
It's coming. I keep looking at these teams and I'm like, holy shit. I think I found it.
I got my 2.
I'm going to go for one of the scary positions. I'm going to go for second base.
Whoa.
I'm going to take everybody's favorite player, Jose Altuve.
It's a good
Jose
pick.
Altuve.
It's a really good pick, Jacob.
Thank you.
Jose Altuve has 209 home runs from the second baseman. Not the best second baseman in Astros history. That belongs to Craig Biggio.
He had more than Altuve.
291.
Wow.
Go get him, Craig.
I'm torn between a guy that I know hit more homers but was on 2 teams and a guy that played most of his career on 1 team but definitely hit less career homers. And I'm going to take the guy who definitely hit less homers but played most of his games on 1 team. And I'm going to say Luis Gonzalez with the Diamondbacks.
Okay.
Luis
There's one real good year in there.
Gonzalez on the Diamondbacks hit 224 home runs. He also played 7 years in Houston, 2 years in Chicago.
220 what?
He hit 224.
I am shitting my pants.
Dude, Jake's having a draft over here. We got to.
I have 2 picks.
We got to have a good back end.
I have 2 picks, but if I do make these picks, that means my last 3 are going to be my infield, which is scary.
That's
I haven't done middle infield yet.
I think if you got good ones, you should do it.
I'm going to do my
'Cause-
catcher.
I was gonna say because
Wow.
I might go second base.
I'm going to go Salvador Perez Royals.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like that.
It's got to be.
Hey.
It has to be a 2 at least.
That's a good play. That is 246 homers.
More
Happy
than
with that.
Piazza.
More than
than
Piazza
Piazza.
with the Mets.
So that's good. That helps a lot.
Thumbnail.
I'm coming in last.
And then I have a second base idea, and it might be like absurd, but like he was good. Oh God, I really want to get this right.
While you guys play this game, I try to guess the player
Right.
based off like the small bits of
I've got
information. I think I know who it is.
Dan Ugla Marlins.
That wasn't who I thought it was. Let's take a look.
There's some Braves years in there.
I know,
There's
but
some non-Marlin seasons in there.
I know.
So
The crazy thing is I don't have to take second base now.
Dan
But
Ugla spent 5 seasons on the Marlins and hit 154 home runs.
It's actually kind of crazy.
It's actually,
wait a minute, hold on.
It's actually so many home runs.
So many.
There's layers to this draft. I
Right.
just thought to myself, I don't have to take a second baseman now. But wait, the
Their
team
team
could get
could
you
get
blocked.
you.
Yeah, no, it's not like you can just put them. That's why I did it. I was like, I could put it off, but then I'm gonna get stuck with like
All right.
Padres second base.
Well, then I am going to take my second baseman, and I'm
Are
going
you
to
gonna do
go.
the other guy?
I'm gonna. Is your other guy Joe Morgan?
Joe
Wow.
That's a really good pick.
I almost let Joe Morgan slip earlier when talking about all-time great Houston second baseman because people don't realize he played 10 years in Houston. All right, Joe Morgan hit 152 home runs
the same
with the
thing.
Cincinnati Reds.
Mr. Lucas, I have a question.
The most homers by anybody on the Reds
Joe
was
Votto?
catcher Johnny Bench with 389.
That's who I
Dumbass.
blanked on.
So you just blocked off a big one from
For
Jake.
Jake.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Can I know Ian Kinsler Rangers? That was my other second baseman.
Same.
Ian
was good.
Kinsler Rangers.
Was it more than
so
152?
funny? 156.
Wow.
2
Didn't
homers off.
Didn't matter. Did not matter at
I feel
all.
better now.
So the DH can be anyone, right?
It's kind of
Unless
have
you
to be a
have
DH.
someone on your team that really is a DH.
Right.
Otherwise, it can be whoever.
like a poppy.
You can pick Ozzie Smith and put him at DH.
If you want.
I think I'm going to go the kid, Ken Griffey Jr.
Not a bad pick. Let's take a look.
He left at 29, I believe.
Seattle.
Yes, he left early,
It's got to be a 3.
but he still had 417 homers
I
in
didn't
his
think
time
it
there.
was that much.
The most by a Mariner. He really didn't play a ton after he left, is the thing. And he
That's
wound up
true.
with
Give me his Reds
630 homers.
Look at him. Him and Botton's numbers side by side before
Jake is
30.
unstoppable.
This is not good.
He's unstoppable.
This is
I'm cooking.
this is not good.
I got some olds rolling through my dome.
I like it.
And I'm not sure I know their position or their teams. Is Willie Stargell a first baseman?
Willie Stargell not
outfielder.
only played first base.
Oh.
Well, I'll double check now. You got me scared.
I have him as first base left field via MLB
That's how I had him. He played 1,200 in the outfield, 850 at first base.
Count it. That's fine.
He not only is a first baseman, but he's the best player still on the board. He hit 475 homers
Good game.
for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
We had fun.
We had a great time.
We had fun.
This was a learning experience
fun.
for us. you
There's
know?
levels, Shelfy.
There is. We'll
There's
get
levels.
there.
So you guys are
Okay.
playing for second place. You guys are close.
Okay.
You guys are both line up in second
So it's
place.
my turn now?
Unless we get two fat ones right here.
I'll do Mark McGuire in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Mark McGuire.
Why not?
Mark McGuire.
Am I-
McGuire.
Mickey G. Okay, so Mark McGuire hit 363 home runs in Oakland. That's the most by any A.
Good job. Playing for second. We play for silver medals here. Mike Trout as an Angel.
Ooh,
Mike Trout as
a
an
lot.
Angel. That's a good one.
that's a good pick.
So Mike Trout has 368 homers, the most by any Angel.
And I think this should be okay. I will leave it to my contemporaries to judge.
Wow.
I want to use Miguel Cabrera Tigers as a third baseman.
Sure.
I think that plays.
Right? I feel like he had enough
Works for
years.
me.
Right?
I use him on Diamond Dynasty that way.
So I will use him at third base. And then shortstop.
Do you want to know how many homers?
Yeah.
You just gonna move on to shortstop.
No.
He hit 373 homers for the Detroit Tigers.
Start sweating, Jake.
Ryan Braun, Milwaukee Brewers.
Wow.
Ryan Braun, Milwaukee
Third base?
Brewers. Let's take a look. He had 352 homers, the most by any Brewer. However, Robin Yount would have been a decent choice for shortstop.
Right.
He had 251.
Did he have
Shit, I'm
431 like Cal Ripken?
I'll go 2-0 at shortstop for the Rockies.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's take a look.
Who the hell's your catcher?
Yeah, right.
Troy Tulowitzki hit 188 homers for the Colorado Rockies.
What am
Not
I
a big
doing?
number. Guy you always want on the team. I'll take Ivan Rodriguez with the Texas Rangers.
Why? See, now I absolutely don't know what to do. I had one guy.
Who's your outfielder?
I was probably going to take Nelson Cruz.
yeah.
He had 217 homers.
I mean, this is just
Oh,
an
God.
all-time performance.
Oh, God.
Just a massacre. So Harmon Killebrew played for the Washington Senators. So the Montreal Expos count for Washington Nationals.
Oh.
Yes, it's all one franchise.
Okay, I'll take Vlad, Senior.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey!
See?
Hey!
So I can't take Ian Desmond now?
Vlad hit 234 homers for the Montreal Expos,
I'll take that.
a.k.a. Washington
I
Nationals.
definitely came in last.
J-Ram did have some shortstop time. Wow. True or false?
Way.
How much is the question?
Oh, you're asking me? Oh,
If
okay.
that's okay.
I've got J-Ram under a hundo games at short.
Probably, but like it doesn't hurt to ask.
J-Ram has played 925 games at third base. For context, 109 at short.
I don't think that counts.
I got it
I don't
wrong.
think that
That's
counts.
10%. I don't think that counts. I'll just go. I'll be a homer.
Your
give
guy.
Me Francisco
Yeah.
Lindor, shortstop.
Nice.
Cleveland.
11
Cleveland
homers.
shortstop
Shut up.
Francisco Lindor hit 138 homers.
Fine with me. And that's a draft.
All right, you want your scores?
Yeah.
Tell us who came in first.
Third place.
I think it's me.
With 3,007 home runs, Shelfy. Second,
due.
You added it up?
I did.
What a beast. It's got to be close.
Second base with second place, not second base,
Sure.
with 3,194 homers.
Okay.
Jolly Olive.
That's pretty good.
Did he get 4,000?
No way.
If you took Hank Aaron away from him, he still would have won. 3,932 homers.
Holy
Jake Storielli was 738 ahead.
This was such a bad showing.
He
by
was
us.
I don't even think so. I think
wanted
these are
four.
good teams. I think he.
No, come on.
wanted four.
He got Hank Aaron on the
wanted
swing
four.
around.
I shouldn't have gone
It's a little insane. It's a little insane.
Hank.
It's a little insane.
We would never draft a Brave. We would never draft a Brave.
That's it.
So the best lineup, potentially people at home could come up with a better one, but considering the positional and team scarcity, I did my best.
Yeah, sure.
Catcher, Johnny Bench for the Cincinnati Reds had
a whiff. It's a whiff by us.
It's a whiff. It is.
9. First base, Minnesota, Harmon Killebrew had 559.
My third base.
He could have been third base, actually. That
You
probably
know
would
what?
have been better.
I don't think he's eligible.
Vetoed.
I changed my mind.
Second base, Craig Biggio, 291 for the Houston Astros. Shortstop, Ernie Banks with 512 for the Cubs. Third base, Mike Schmidt, 548 homers. Outfield is Hank Aaron with 733 for the Braves. Babe Ruth with 659 for the Yankees.
Give him Stan.
And Willie Mays with 646
Did I
for
get?
the Giants.
I got no one on the best lineup team.
The best
DH?
other
Wait.
answer is Ted Williams with 512.
Full on whiff.
Still beating
That
you,
was
though.
another whiff on me though, because although Ortiz is only like 30.
This
off
squad
of
wins
Ted.
the World Series, I think.
Didn't expect it, but the Los Angeles Dodgers
Duke Snyder.
and Duke Snyder with 389 home runs.
I had no room for him.
He was more than Mike Trout and Vladimir Guerrero and
just threw
Carlos
Trout out there.
Delgado.
This guy. I hate this guy.
Didn't have room.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for watching the all-time Homer Draft. If you did better at home, you're
have
lying
room.
because look at this team. You did not do better at home.
It's our fault though.
Thank
I
you for
had the
watching.
old.
Subscribe
Yeah,
to the
he
channel
did.
if you enjoyed the
Crushed
content,
it.
guys. We will see you
Crushed
next
it.
time. Say congrats to Jake.